Hello, it's Ron. So I got some situations going on here with producing music, and it seems that I do really good at drum and bass. M- my main focus is trying to do something with techno, and I had a friend tell me I should get something called an MPC, so I ordered one. Uh, it's a good hunk of change. It costs about $1,000 for just I guess the entry level. But I don't need anything too extraordinary. But the whole purpose why I wanted to mention this is for my experience, and I did some tutorial searches on this device, this peripheral unit for making music, basically. And it's interesting how things subside and they go the opposite direction. That's why things are totally opposite in the computer world or industry or whatever. You can definitely count on different products competing with each other for that resource. Uh, Now, just to break it down so you do understand what I'm talking about, a computer is user friendly. Things like software are always made to a certain standard. You have, numerous amounts of engineers creating the software, and the software does and serves its purpose, and it only goes so far. Now, when you get a hardware peripheral that is designed by musician artists, people of the music industry and stuff, it's a whole different step, especially when it comes to something that's sequenced and computerized, that's not using typical computer standard software, whatever, engineers of those people, the software and stuff. And the whole purpose why I wanted to mention this and compare it and really understand and take my friend's advice is that he goes, you should get an MPC because you would be able to do a lot more with it. And the whole aspect of this and the whole breakdown is a comparison of $200 less for software that is com- comparably as professional as you can get to an MPC, but it's not an MPC. An MPC goes a whole different direction. It's like two paths. You got your software. This is the way the software works. This is how it works. This is all it does. The MPC, instead of every little step you take with the software, is like every little step you approach. So the MPC really boils down to the very fine part of what you have and what you're working with. Software just kind of throws everything at you. You go, oh, I got this and I got that and I got this and I got that, and then you just put it together and you don't really understand the construction that was going on, because when things are built, they're built with the diagram, a layout, and there's a whole foundation and all that. And that's why I told my mom this morning, I said, comparably, I said I would rather buy and spend a couple $100 more for a hardware peripheral that I can do virtually anything when it comes to what the software does and more, versus buying software and then trying to learn software all over again, because there's a longer way, it's a longer process, I guess, with doing it constructively by a machine, but the purpose is more fulfilling. It's more dedicated. It's not like you're just, I use Logic or I use Pro Tools, or my favorite was Acid. I liked Acid because it was real easy, and it makes it easier because software is compatible with all kinds of. It's compatible. Not trying to say like it works. I'm saying that different programs for producing music use different resources, and like that's what I'm trying to say. I know how one software works and I know how well it works, but then you got to understand, you got to learn all this stuff. And then I have Fruity Loops and I love Fruity Loops, but what I really was trying to say at the beginning was trying to make a techno song. I want to be able to start something that I feels like I'm accomplishing something and I'm getting more out of it. And from what I've watched in the videos with the MPC and how you manipulate things and there's no latency with like the sounds and things like that. When I say latency, like you can keep adding on to the project and you can keep building it, and it's like painting. It's like if you can imagine like painting a canvas. I know people can paint and finish it in whatever hours or something, and there's people that spend weeks on a painting. So that gives you an idea, and what I'm really understanding, because I'm computer efficient and everything, but what I'm really understanding is that's kind of like what John was trying to tell me. My friend John Murdoch, aka DJ Murdoch, drum and bass junglist DJ, and I'm DJ Flexible, techno DJ, house DJ. But anyways, yeah, it's like he understands a lot of this stuff. He's very mechanical about things, and I'm just kind of like not really into that. And I know what he realizes is he's like, well, if you're this serious, like he's not telling me this, but this is what he means. But he knows, like, if I'm that serious about trying to make music, then maybe I should approach it in a professional way that would allow me to do something that is more constructive, that I can take more credit for, that I can say, not because I did it on an MPC, but because it is done on an MPC, there is more constructive ingenuity into it from my behalf. And I'm just curious because it's a whole turnaround from like what software does. I mean, software, it just lays it on you and you just full force. It's like you're all of a sudden just propelling into doing something. And with an MPC, you kind of build on it and stuff, and it takes time. I don't know. I don't even have the thing in my hands yet, but I'm going to get this thing within the next couple of days. And I had some people, they want me to do a blog or things like that, and I'm going to try to show what I can do, but it's going to take some time because it took me a long time to figure out Fruity Loops. But just to get back on track, I just want to say that, yeah, I really think that using professional equipment is going to benefit for that much. You know what I mean? It's just going to put more drive into what I'm doing. And my purpose is, because I was trying to get to this, but I want to explain this to you. The purpose is that I want to make techno music that I'm happy with. And for some reason, it's so redundant on the computer. It's just like, and it doesn't really have any kind of like motivation. I don't know what it is, but I, for some reason, I feel like I'm missing something that I can create more besides a program. The program is giving me options, but there's a saying that less is more, and I would say that if I was on the less side of my ingenuity and my productivity, I would probably be able to feel more like I don't know, creative, because sometimes I think that there's something that I'm not doing that is making it sound less redundant. I don't want that. You know what I mean? I want something to sound good. I'm doing it because I'm really getting into producing. But I just don't want to, my friend's like, get an MPC, dude. And I just don't want to like go out there and buy software for $800 and then just be like, okay, I got to learn this all over again. I'd rather just buy a hardware peripheral and then just be like, okay, this is where I'm going to start. And everything that I can possibly do on any program is capable on this machine, this MPC Live, and it's an MPC, and I'm capable of just like making anything I want, that any software, and it probably could. I think that software is based on what MPCs can do, and it just gives you a big board of what you can do on the software, and it just gives you layers of tracks to work on, but it doesn't necessarily, mean that that's the way it's really, like, the constructive wise. It just gives you a full diagram of what you can do simultaneously. So I rather just see what's going to happen. And my homie John was like, it's going to take some time. And he didn't say it like that, like all like discouraged. But he's like, you know what? He goes, it might take you a month for you to understand how to do everything and understand what you're doing and get the hang of it. And he's like, no, wait, man. It'll take you 2 weeks. I know. But anyways, yeah, big shout out to John. And we're going to collaborate one time, and I'll show him how to use it. Thank you for watching. Bye.